Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to Echoes of the Episode, our after show for Echoes of the Undying. This is episode 1. I'm not quite sure what we're going to call it yet. I think it may be Once More Into the Bar, Dear Friends. Um, so, hope you guys enjoyed that. Obviously, as with any first episode, a couple of bumps along the road. We'll get those figured out by next time. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed the beefed up effects budget, and by effects budget, I mean the amount of time I stayed up late at night fiddling with shit to make it look cool. Um, but we're gonna go around. We're gonna do stars and wishes, and then talk about maybe a little bit about what happened and what's gonna happen next. So I'm just gonna go around my screen, and we will go to Matt first. What the duck?
What the duck? Well, I mean, uh, let's, I guess, get the obvious stuff out of the way first. I mean, stars to the whole group for letting me roll with this bizarre character choice, um, which started out really as an in joke when we were trying to figure out what system we were going with um, for this game, and I suggested Dragon's Bane, which is this Swedish RPG that's started its life as a translation of RuneQuest. And I won't go into deep nerd lore, but anyway, one of the species is actually ducks. Trevor's response to the suggestion of Dragon's Bane was like, "Hey man, we're trying for a lighter tone," even though
I know,
like the
right?
log line on the game is mayhem and mirth role playing. Um, and I responded with, you know, any game system that has anthropomorphic ducks in it can't be that grimdark. Um, but here we are back with Cypher because Cypher rocks. So thank you all for trusting me not to with this silly idea I had, and we're going with it. Big stars for Trevor for stepping back up into the GM seat. I know you had needed a break for a while because, a lot of us have been there with the once and future GM role, and sometimes the forever GM gets a little tiring. So
Yep.
thank you for stepping up. Um, this is a lot of fun. Um, Also want to give a star out to Ray for, being an incredibly good sport and volunteering to set up antagonism between our two characters for the role playing and the lulls. So, and I think I think the banner's going okay. Um, and big star to ECAT, who really is my sword sister. So, love you there. So, wishes. Well, hopefully not a total kill next session. That would be a good start.
Put a
And
lot of
yeah,
effort into these characters. Let's not get them all
lot,
killed
yes,
on day two.
and there was a lot of, again, anybody who's watching this, all two of you, um, doesn't know again the backstory of how excited all of us were what 2 months ago when
Mm-hmm.
we started talking about this. Like we jumped in with both feet, and there was a lot of fiction and backstory writing, and not that we didn't love the powers that be, and still gonna miss those
Oh yeah.
characters. Um, would like to see them at some point again, but this is really fun, and so far so good. So just hoping this one runs as well and as awesomely as the last one.
All right, Julie.
Tonight, so much fun. Love the fact that just, I mean, everybody did jumping into character. I mean, I mean, these first few sessions is going to be rough, kind of trying to figure out our character's voice, whether we do voices or not. And Trevor, you know, getting back into the GM chair to tell this new story. And I love the fact that we dispensed with through our just kind of just back and forth discussions over the last couple of months with the this is how we met, and kind of got right into the story and the action. And that, so that was a lot of fun. I wasn't quite expecting zombies on the first go around, but hey, um, but yeah, I said obviously what the viewers and I'm like didn't see was literally back and forth, just private discussions between different people, group discussions of fleshing out our characters and working together to fine tune the characters and creating this world as a group effort. And that's something that I haven't done in a really, really, really long time. And I have very fond memories of that from back in the days. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
Ray.
Big ass star for you, Trevor, for all of the like just with what new campaign backstory lore. If you're familiar with the oatmeal comic that opens up the laptop and foot, and Trevor just being inundated with story and lore and my huge ass backstory that goes back 2 freaking generations. And it's like,
Awesome trade.
Yeah.
thank you.
You
And
wrote
it's
the
like,
Similarian there, dude.
here, twist your tails around this storyteller. I mean, that's granted, too much is always better than not enough.
Yeah.
But still, thank you for creating this world. Thank you for offering to lead us through who knows what stories we're going to be telling through it. Also, star for you, Trevor, in making the GM seat yours and using how many GM intrusions in the very first episode? Are we already at 10? I think we might be close.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
are
granted,
we counting?
So no, but
well, I was like, are we counting
invariably,
the ones he planned or the ones that we rolled so badly we got?
well, yeah, no, I'm liking the devil's
Yeah.
trade, whatever. I like that. I like that a lot. And I think it's all going to result in a better and more fun story.
Yep.
So, but invariably, we're going to be thinking, oh, this is, last time it was Patrick and how he did things, and this is Trevor and how you're doing things. So, but still, I like it. And I want to give a, like polished gilded star to ECAT and Matt. You already seem like a well-oiled machine working together. Like that's not 2 characters. It doesn't look like you just rolled those up. And that's a testament to your friendship and your skills and your experience. And like I did a couple of just sort of silent in my head going, wow, ECAT, nice accent. I noticed that it's like coming through to when you're talking about other things. I totally dig that. So I like what that brings to the storytelling. Um, and um, so I think we're off to a good start. Definitely think we're off to a good start. Wishes, Trevor, can you up your mic a little bit
Oh yeah.
for the next time around? Like
Yeah.
it just seems to be a decibel chunk less than the rest of the everybody coming through.
Yeah. I'll look at the. Well, here. Do this right now because
Yeah, I noticed Zoom doesn't have individual mixers for.
Yeah, and
Or maybe move
unfortunately,
your mic closer if you can do that.
how about that? Is that better?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
How about this?
There
yeah,
you go.
that's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, all I have to do is just either hold this here the whole time or like talk out of one side of my mouth. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
And the other wish, it's a holdover from the last, but the desire to shit fling with the damn duck and go, I was like, I've done more damage than you. Just,
Yep.
I don't
Bring it
know.
on, man. Bring it on.
I know. Well,
Actually,
see, that's the thing,
That's
though.
when
I
we go
don't
for
think
drinks afterwards.
can't just jump right into that. I don't think.
right.
I don't know. We'll have to see where that goes.
Okay.
But perhaps maybe that's his coping mechanism is
There you go.
Yep.
All right, Patrick, for the first time as a player.
Woo! All right. Well, first of all, a star to you for taking the helm for this one, because I know it's a very different experience between having to plan a character and planning all of the other characters. So fantastic so far. Enjoying this. I very much would like to give a star to Ray for his fine performance in creating a harebrained, very gnomish type of thing that ended up this time working, which is great. Because we all know how this is going to end up at some point in the future. We've all played that.
we do.
Uh,
Oh, wait for it.
Shrapnel and tears, man. Shrapnel and tears.
There we go.
That's
That's
because sometimes you make a device that fails and you don't know it failed until you try it.
That-
Shrapnel and Tears. There we go. There's the title for the episode. Shrapnel and Tears.
So,
Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll figure out the title during the after show, and then I'll go back and add it to the
So
title. How's
as far as wishes, I wish I had more experience on the player side of things. Like I just noticed the action bar at the bottom of the interface. I'm like, ooh, I can put my weapons in there. Because
It has
not that they do
pockets.
much. Yes. So not that they do much or anything like that.
Well,
even if
you-
I
you
do
can
manage to
also-
hit.
You can
skills
put
in there.
other abilities in
Yeah.
the action bar
Yes.
too.
So I believe, and Matt, I'm gonna check to see what happened to yours. Does everyone else have the initiative and the 3 defenses in your hotbar down at the bottom?
No, but I never used them. I just used it
yes.
on my player thing.
Okay, I'll make sure those are all set up for next session. But yeah, those are you can drop attacks, you can drop skills, you can drop abilities, pretty much anything you want in there. And you have 5 bars to work with. If you click on the little number 1 in the middle, it will expand to 5. So go nuts.
Excellent.
Right,
Yes,
so-
definitely we'll need to tinker with that some more, but I'm greatly looking forward to how things round out. And I have a couple of weeks now to spend working on the character to see what ideas I have.
Okay. Any wishes? Anything else, or is it just spend the time working on the character?
Yeah, no, I just wish I was a bit better at operating the character side of it, but we'll get there.
Yep.
But otherwise, no other complaints about the game yet.
Good to know. ECAT.
Well, to reiterate the 4 that went before me, star to Trevor for taking all of the lore that we created and the stories that we all wrote about our characters and making them into a cohesive world. Because I'm pretty sure you had not originally thought that it would be about the Undying until I came along and said, "Hey."
So I'll get to that after you're done because I don't want to.
I want
I
to make
don't
a
wanna
paladin
intrude.
of death. And I got to give a star to Ray because as you've been playing him today, I'm falling more and more in love with Tick, just as a character.
as I can feel Harewood just getting more and more irritated every time he.
Well, that's why Zahar likes it. It's like she's finding this immense schadenfreude of just watching the two of you and egging on either side.
Yes.
But I don't have any wishes yet because it's only episode 1.
Sure.
But I am very much looking forward to exploring and meeting more of our characters and learning who they are.
So for me, I mean, again, just to get the blanket statement out of the way. Stars to all of you for, yes, inundating me with lore and backstories, and each of the 5 of these people gave me enough of a backstory to write like a full-length novel about just their character. I got 5 of them, so it's going to be interesting. And I did warn at least some of the people that, and if I didn't warn you of this, it was just because I didn't get a chance. Your entire backstory will probably not be solved by the end of this campaign, and that's okay. Because hopefully I'm hoping that the story that we end up writing will resolve enough of each of your stories in tandem with each other's that it becomes a satisfying conclusion. Star to Ray for the voice and the cutlery Gatling gun. That was awesome. And that's exactly the kind of thing that I see Tick doing. And I mean, stars, again, to everyone for playing the XP intrusion count, by the way, was 5. And that's not counting the Devil's Bargains. That's just the actual intrusions. So thank you guys for playing along with that. Because, and again, for anyone watching this, we are splitting out in-game XP versus after session XP. The latter can only be used for advancement, or the latter can be used for anything. The stuff earned in-game can only be used in-game. It can't be used for advancement. So yeah, we're upping the GM intrusion quota a good bit. First of all, because they're fun, and second of all, so you guys have plenty of ammo to work with. Yeah, this is not actually where I saw the first session going, but that's what happens. You roll with it and you improv it, and I'm happy with where we got. So there's that. My wish is to fix the crap that I didn't set up correctly with Foundry. You'd think I'd know this by now. But yeah, the wish for me is to like fine tune the mechanics, the engineering of it, so that we can concentrate more on the story and not have to worry about making sure that everything's clicked right, or that the things are tracking right, or what have you. Yeah. So, all right. So let's take just a couple of minutes and maybe theory craft. So the concordance of the Blood and Hope moons is not happening until this evening. So, what happened? Don't everyone jump at once.
Besides the GM fucking with
Oh
us?
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the obvious,
Yeah. I mean, in game.
I am guessing that there is a bad operative in town who is getting things ready for the concordance and had already, of course, pre-summoned some stuff, stashed them in the catacombs underneath the town, just to make sure that, when the hour was right, something good and terrible could happen. I don't assume that, you start fresh from like, let's summon these guys from nowhere. You might want to know what you're dealing with.
That's fair. That's good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Or...
Here's.
Nope.
Go ahead, Matt.
Ahead.
Okay. Fine. Because I read the encyclopedia world stuff that you wrote, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I have to refer to it now because names. Boom. Bang. Open up. There you go. All right. So this is being caused by one of the dejected nobles of not the House of Vukar, but maybe Osnan or Ebrius, in thinking that the only way in order to finally rise up against the empire and the Emprex is to summon the forces of the undead, the what'd you call them?
The Lost.
The lost, because numbers and ease of control and diplomacy hasn't worked, never will work. It is time to take matters into literally the cold, dead hands of others. And this is just the first of many empire-wide risings that is meant to culminate in Scar taking over the kingdom from Mufasa.
I gotta say, if you from the history that I've worked up about the Vukar, um, Malexius, who is currently the prime minister of the Vukar dynasty, he's no, I mean, pun fully intended. He's no prince either. So yeah, we'll have to see where that goes. Especially since Zell, it was absolutely House Vukar that was in command and sold you out. So
I'm
like,
just
I like that.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering, that were these, like Patrick suggested, purposely summoned, or are there just caches of undead it's scattered in various places?
I mean,
You know, like they could be, fresh, or they could be like a old ancient doomsday button.
oh, that's kind of a scary thought, like fresh undead versus, old and decrepit,
3 day
But
left
that
Yeah,
would
should be
fall
fine.
well.
expired.
But that falls well with Zahar's pantheon of beliefs, which is not what the Empire believes. In that Irashki's husband, Ishan, the Dark God, rose the dead as his army to take over and be the ultimate being.
Yeah.
And so she fully believes that anytime they come across these little conclaves of the lost, that someone nearby has been corrupted by Ashun.
And I have plans
The-
for that.
Watching
Great. Now you're
Trevor
giving them
going up.
ideas.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out though, were they, what actually set them off? I mean, even if they, if they were already here, what
It was
set them off?
obviously the big fight upstairs. They were
So-
sleeping and having a wonderful time,
Right.
and then you guys had to start a brawl and wake them
Yep.
up, and now the whole town's going to die.
it's
Um,
it's totally Taquito's fault. Yep.
What?
I-
Black
Little
eye to
shrill
prove
voice
it,
of
okay?
yours woke them up.
uh,
I mean, I will point out that Zahar was the one that specifically called them out. So, which I mean, totally what Zahar would do. I love it. Alrighty, well, I think that's good for the first session because we got through a couple of social things and then exploration and then a big fight. So we hit all three pillars in the first episode. I'm good with that. So all right, so I think we're gonna get out of here. We will see you guys hopefully in a couple of weeks. God's willing and the creek don't rise, or I guess in this case, God's willing and the dead don't rise. But in the meantime, for Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT, I have been your host, Trevor the Vitruvian Meeple. Good night, everyone.